Mornings with Jaresha is a radio show and podcast here to equip, empower, and elevate you to the next level by helping you win your mornings and win your day with inspiration and motivation so you can wake, slay, pray, and take action. Today is a fabulous day to be great, have great, and do great. You just have to be willing to unleash your greatness and take action. This show is for everyone from all walks of life who just simply want to feel empowered and motivated to take the next step. Now, let's get it. Let's go. Mornings with Jaresha begins now.
Good morning, and welcome back to Mornings with Jaresha. I am so glad that you're here and you're ready to start your day with intention and purpose. So let's just take a moment. Let's take a moment to pause, to take a deep breath, and remind ourselves that each and every day is a fresh opportunity to create the life that we want. So this morning, I want you to think about one thing that you're grateful for and one thing you're excited to accomplish today. So each and every day, that's something that I do as I have my morning routine, as I dive into my planner. And the blessing in that is there is a section in my planner that actually has me think about what I'm grateful for each day. Whether it's a small step, moving forward, or maybe it's a big leap for you. Each and every action you take is going to bring you closer to your goals. And on this show, I always talk about how we need to execute on our goals, our dreams, and walking into our purpose. So here on the Mornings with Jaresha show, we're all about uplifting, inspiring, and getting real about life and growth. So grab your coffee or tea or whatever gets you going in the morning. For me, it's my coffee. And let's dive into today's topic. Let's really own this morning because how we start the day is how we're going to show up for the rest of the day. So each and every show, I do this thing that I've been doing for quite some time now that I was like, you know what, I'm really loving this thing. And so, when you love something, it just becomes a part of what you do each and every day. So let's jump into the breakfast breakdown. The breakfast breakdown. I'm still working on my jingle for it, but the breakfast breakdown, and it's where I'm sharing what I'm loving, what I'm learning, and what I'm feeling empowered about that particular day. So each and every day is something different. Sometimes I, have some repeats just based off of how I'm feeling and what's going on. But I'll tell you, this is a really a great exercise to help you really reflect on those things that you're really, truly grateful for. So for me today, I am absolutely loving, and I say loving. I have so many tools and things that I utilize each and every day. And for me, one of the things that I recognize that I truly enjoy about either using my phone or I have a timer that I actually set for, just timing tasks. So that, when I black out my time and, if I'm going to work on something, so my focus time, my deep kind of work time, that I actually set a timer. And then when that timer goes off, boom, I move on to the next thing. And so this has become like a really great habit of mine that I utilize either on my phone or that I utilize with the actual timer that I have. So I'm really loving this. And it's one of those things that when you've done it and utilized it so long, it's like, it just becomes, again, a part of your daily habit and something that you do each and every day. And so this is something that I truly I'm loving because it helps me really stay focused. It helps me, can I say it helps me stay focused again? It helps me stay focused. And, when I say I'm going to dedicate, I'm going to block out 30 minutes. I set the timer for 30 minutes. When the timer goes off, that 30 minutes is done. It's time to move on to the next thing.
Hey there, busy professionals and small business owners. Are you struggling to keep track of your tasks and projects? Do you find it challenging to stay organized and focused with all the chaos of daily responsibilities? Well, we've got just a solution for you, Todoist. Todoist is a powerful to-do list and task manager designed to help professionals and small businesses like yours streamline their tasks, projects, and so much more. Imagine having all your tasks and projects neatly organized in one place, easily accessible whenever you need them. With Todoist, you can boost your personal and team productivity, enhancing your efficiency and focus throughout the day. I personally use Todoist every single day, and it has revolutionized the way I manage my work and stay on top of my priorities. If you're looking for a tool that will genuinely help you get organized and stay focused, Todoist is your answer. But don't just take my word for it. Try it out for yourself and experience the difference. The link to try Todoist is in the show notes. Trust me, you won't regret it. So what are you waiting for? Click that link in the show notes and start your journey towards unparalleled productivity today. That's Todoist, where your to-do list becomes a done list.
If you haven't utilized the timer in your life, try it. I would love to hear how it works for you because it has been working for me for years. So that's one of the things that I'm loving this morning. As far as what I am learning, my goodness. Uh, well, I'll tell you, I am learning each and every day just the power of your yes and the power of your no. So, and I always say it needs to be a strong yes and a strong no because at times we may say yes about things and we may say no. Typically, when we say no, it's a strong no, but sometimes we waver a little bit with both the yes and the no. But often when we say yes, we often mean we really want to say no. And so I'm really learning to have that strong yes and that strong no. And so here recently, there was an opportunity for me to actually say no to something, right? And I walked into it and it was a strong no. So it was one of those things. It wasn't like, no, well, maybe, and then we backpedal. It was not one of those things. And often that has been a part of my story in the past where I've said no. And then it's like, well, where people may make you feel bad about saying no and all of that. And sometimes we take that no back. Guess what? No, we're not doing that. For 2025, we are walking into our strong yes and our strong no. And so I had this opportunity to really, walk into this strong no with, this recent thing that happened. And so I said no. And I said no to something that didn't serve me. It didn't serve my goals. It didn't serve my dreams. It didn't serve, my purpose. It didn't serve me. And when I tell you how empowering it felt to protect my energy. So that's why I say you have to have that strong yes, that strong no, and ultimately protect you, protect your greatness, right? So that's something that I'm really, really continuing to learn and feeling so proud and so good and so empowered about. Now, with that being said, what's making me feel empowered is, that could really kind of go both ways in the learning side and making me feel empowered. But I have something else that I'm going to share as far as what's really making me feel empowered. So, each and every day, I enjoy empowering other people. I enjoy, of course, who doesn't want to be empowered, but really, really enjoy empowering other people. And so this is one of the things that I'm like, okay, what's making me feel empowered? What is the one thing or several things that's truly making me feel empowered today? And often it is either an affirmation or it's a quote. It can be so many different things. But I'll tell you what it is for me. So I think I spoke about my vision board how, I kind of did it a little different on this show. I think I spoke about it on this show. I may have talked about it on the Empower Hour with Jaresha show, but nonetheless, I spoke about my vision board and how I'm really feeling empowered about it and really loving it. So, honestly, today it is again just the newness of my vision board and how I did it different, and I'm loving it. And so I did it on a like a peg board, and so I have quotes that go all around the outside, like the perimeter of this, pegboard or my vision board. And so there are so many quotes that's around it that really just blesses me each and every day as I'm doing my visualization, as I'm looking at it. And so I want to just share a couple of those with you. So one of them is I have decided to be happy because it is good for my health. Another one is work hard and be proud of what you achieve. That is so powerful. And then be not afraid of going slowly, be afraid only of standing still. So ultimately, it's all about the empowerment, right? So each one of those things to me just really empowers me for what's on the inside of it. So the inner part of my pegboard, in which that's where all of my goals, all of the things that I am really visualizing and manifesting for 2025. And I'm going to leave you with this last one that says, when you love what you have everything, everything you need. So that is what's really making me feel empowered. It is the quotes that I have. It is all of those reminders that's not just on my vision board, that's in my planner, that's on my laptop, that's on my computers. Like everywhere I go, it's those constant reminders of the greatness. It's those constant reminders of staying focused, staying organized, and knowing that this is my year to absolutely crush it. It's those positive reinforcements that are there to remind me of that greatness. So, like always, if hopefully this really inspired you, but I really wanted to inspire you and empower you to actually create your own breakfast breakdown each and every day so that you can have these aha moments in this reflective time that I so enjoy sharing with you all. And I enjoy not just sharing it, but also just as I'm in my deep thought every morning and really coming up with what am I gonna, what does my breakfast breakdown look like for today? So that's the breakfast breakdown. I told you I'm still working on the jingle, so one of these days you'll listen and you'll be like, okay, this is the jingle. So I may even do this thing where I try out a couple of different things, but we'll see. I'm still working on that. But for today's episode, it is really in line with, just this whole vibe. Because I feel like 2025 so far has been a whole vibe. And I don't know if it's been a vibe for you, but it's been a vibe for me. And it's been an intentional vibe that it's been an intentional vibe. It's been a vibe that I have created for myself. So in the space that I'm in the season that I'm in, it's been a vibe. And so for me, when I think about this vibe and this, really this reality that I'm creating for 2025, it's all about me keeping my head in the game and crushing it. And so today's topic, it's kind of along those lines, but it's in a space of how I, was just talking about how we have to protect our energy and how for me it has been so very important for me to protect my peace. So I'm like, I love talking about this topic. This is something that I utilize and I do, and I practice specific things to help me protect my own peace. And so today's topic is about protecting your peace and prioritizing yourself in the midst of whatever storm, whatever, obstacle, whatever chaos that we may be going through, because often that's what's happening in our lives. So we know that life can really throw us all kinds of things, right? It can throw us chaos after chaos. Things will just come our way. And it may be a relationship, it may be within your work, it may be some kind of challenge that you're experiencing. And so today, I really want to talk about how important it is to protect your peace, how important it is to prioritize yourself and what that looks like. And so let's just really dive into that thing because, each and every show I like to give you a few different things. I like to give you some key points that I feel like, these are some key points that you really need to do when it comes down to protecting your peace or whatever the topic is for today. And so today's not going to be any different. I'm going to give you some tips, some things that I utilize that I've utilized in the past and I continue to utilize and it works for me. It works for so many others as well. But here's what I need you to know. I need you to know that when it comes down to protecting your peace, it is very much a you thing. It is all about you, you, you. You have to be the one to protect that peace. So the first thing, understanding that everything that I bring to you is all going to start with you. It starts with you. It starts with the action that you're going to have to take. It starts with you. And I'm hoping this morning it's starting with you having some kind of notebook and a pen to write down some of these keys. So the first thing that we have to do when it comes down to protecting our peace is we have to be willing to set the boundaries that's going to reflect your worth. What does that mean? What does that mean? It's so powerful in itself, but let me break that down for you. So protecting your peace begins with setting those clear boundaries. And we have to be unapologetic about what you allow into your life. So if it doesn't align with your goals, if it doesn't align with your dreams, if it doesn't align with your purpose, if it doesn't align with your values, it doesn't belong. Period. Period. Remember, saying no to others often means saying yes to yourself. So I shared in the breakfast breakdown how I'm having this strong yes and this strong no, and it feels good. It's empowering to myself. You have to have that strong yes and that strong no. And I shared, a little story about myself, but I'm going to tell you about someone else that I know that recently shared with me how they were so stressed. Okay, so they were just, how we're stressed, and I say stressed on a whole nother level because she said yes to everyone and everything. And I know we know people like that. We know people like that. You may be that very person to where you're saying yes to everything and to everyone. And so it was her time, her energy, and her peace that was being stolen because she wasn't protecting herself. So once she started, first of all, she had to realize, like, what was this? Like, what is this? Why am I feeling so stressed? And when she realized that with the help of a coach, when she realized why she was feeling so stressed and that she wasn't protecting herself, she started setting boundaries. Boundaries are so important. You have to set boundaries that reflect your worth. She started setting boundaries and she started declining unnecessary obligations and prioritizing herself. And let me tell you, when she did, her peace and her confidence soared. Like it literally was just on a whole nother level. Again, she developed that momentum from taking action, from making changes, from recognizing that she needed to do something different. And as a result, that change was a good change. It helped her protect her peace. It helped her protect her peace and helped her recognize her worth. So first, we are setting boundaries that's going to reflect our worth. Absolutely. You need to start saying no to things that's not serving you. And you need to have it, again, it has to be a strong no. It may take some time for it to be that strong no. But I promise you, you're going to think back to this podcast. You're going to think back to those things that you've said yes to, that you've needed to say no because it does not serve who you are. It does not serve your goals, your dreams, your purpose. It does not serve your greatness. The second thing is we have to choose our focus wisely. So we know that energy flows where focus goes. So please, 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 please stop giving your attention to things that drain you. Now, this could be negativity, this could be toxic people or unnecessary drama that we have a tendency to just invite into our lives. And a lot of times we're inviting, yes, we may not realize it, but we're inviting that drama, that negativity, those toxic people, we're inviting them in. And I like to say we're inviting them in, we're inviting them to have a seat at our table. Some of them may, just come in and have a seat, but a lot of times we are inviting them in. So we have to be willing to shift our focus to what empowers us. So what empowers you? That is your goals, that is your growth, and that is your joy. See, there was a time when I felt like I let every distraction that could, okay, and I'm sure if we were to write down a list of the distractions, you would have a list just like how I did. But there was a time when I let every distraction pull me away from my goals. When I'm telling you social media and not just one platform, several of the platforms. I'm telling you other people's opinions and even my own doubts. It took up so much space in my mind, in my head. But let me tell you, the moment that I decided to focus on what truly mattered, which is my purpose and, my family, and again, like I say, my goals, my dreams, and walking into my purpose, I felt a shift. So I stopped being reactive and started being intentional. And when I tell you, it makes a difference. So you have to protect your energy. It's not rude or wrong to remove yourself from people or situations that drain you. We have to really embed that in our minds. We have to embed that within our life. We have to embed that each and every day. Each and every day. Oh my goodness. It's just it's so powerful. It's so good. And when I tell you, when you have those aha moments and you begin to go into that reflective time and you see how much you've grown and how much you've changed just by incorporating and implementing these things in your life and being intentional, because we're being intentional this year. This year's not going to be the same like it was last year. We're doing things different. So the very last thing, in which we hear this so many times, I feel like we hear it, it's really one of those things that we hear. I mean, it's like the repetitiveness. We hear it, but are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we taking action upon it? And that is really practicing that daily, self-care. Are you caring for yourself? Are you really caring for self? And many of us may think we are, when the reality is that we're not. So understand that first and foremost, self-care is not selfish. I had someone say this to me some years back, that because I chose to put me first, because I chose to focus on what was best for me and my peace and my wellness and just my greatness, that I was being selfish. So understand that people will come, they will speak, they will speak and have opinions about what you should be doing about your life, what you should be doing or not be doing. But this is where you have to make that decision, because understand, self-care is not selfish. It is survival. So whether it's taking some time to journal, meditate, and I'll tell you, both of those things are things that I have incorporated in my life and it has blessed me. Taking a long walk Or maybe for you, it's simply just, taking 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes of quiet time and making your well being a priority. Ultimately, that's what it all is all about, making your well being a priority. Hey there, leaders and visionaries. Are you ready to elevate your game and unlock your maximum potential? I'm thrilled to introduce you to the Boss CEO movement, a dynamic community crafted for leaders, motivators, and influencers just like you. Created by Jaresha Moore-Smith, this movement is your gateway to personal and professional transformation. So why join the Boss CEO movement? Jaresha created this movement to unite individuals eager to invest in their growth and unleash their full potential. So if you want to join this community, you'll embark on a life-changing journey filled with growth and opportunity designed to boost your leadership and personal growth skills, ignite your motivation, and empower you to positively influence those around you. If you're ready to transform your life and lead with purpose, join the Boss CEO movement, where leaders, motivators, and influencers come together to unlock their maximum potential. You'll engage in challenges, in an accountability, and so much more that will enhance your leadership abilities, boost your motivation, and expand your influence. As a member, you'll gain personal growth, elevate your leadership skills with insights and strategies, community support to connect and grow with like-minded individuals, motivation boosts to stay inspired with daily challenges and accountability, resource, access, and gain exclusive tools to help you reach your full potential and influence expansion to learn, to empower, and inspire those around you. So don't miss the opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Visit the show notes and join the Boss CEO movement today. When is the last time you did that? Because when you show up for yourself, you can show up stronger for everything else in your life. But you have to take care of self. When I tell you, should have been a part of my breakfast breakdown, because meditation for me has absolutely changed my life. It has changed my life in more ways than I have shared. And I'm going to do a show just specifically on meditation and some of the things that I've done and what I've utilized meditation for and how it has changed my life. But understand that self-care is so important. So, actually a client of mine, thought self-care was really just for people with time that had, time that could actually do the self-care. And so she actually learned the hard way when um when 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 burnout really hit her, as so many of us, it really does. So but it really hit her hard. And so once she started, with just a small, what she started was small, and it was just she started small with just 10 minutes of journaling, and we did the morning affirmations, and she realized that self-care. So when she started really implementing some things and, like I mentioned, incorporating some things into her life, she realized that self-care, it wasn't optional. Like that's a part of my it's non-negotiable at this point. It is non-negotiable. It's something that I'm doing each and every day. It's a part of my morning routine. It is a part of my morning routine for success. And so she now, just like myself, it says the same thing. She has incorporated that, and it's non-negotiable for her morning routine, because to her, she feels like it's a peace protector. So what is your peace protector? And if you don't have one, ooh, I'm going to encourage you to establish what is your peace protector? What is it that you can incorporate in your life that can become your peace protector? That's caring for you. For me, it's been so many things that I've incorporated. Because understand, peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than as you think it should be. It's so important. It is so important for us to be able to protect our peace. And that means prioritizing you. Prioritizing you. When are you going to start putting you first? When are you going to start putting you first? And understanding, and we hear this so often, that you can't pour from an empty cup. So we have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of you first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. It's just not possible. And I recognize that at a point in my life where I had to I had no choice. I had no choice because I was like my client. I had hit burnout where I was so stressed. I mean, just everything was stressed. Every part, not just my mind and my whole entire body. Like I was under so much stress. When are you going to start prioritizing yourself and protecting your peace? So listen, I'm going to end with this. I gave you a few different points today. I gave you how you have to set boundaries that reflect your worth. You have to choose your focus wisely, and you have to start prioritizing you and practicing whatever that is for you, for your peace protector, whatever that looks like for you to take care of self. And for many of us, it could be different. It may not be the same for both of us. Every person is different, but you have to do something for you. It's so important because you can't keep giving energy to people and situations that don't serve you and expect it to succeed. It doesn't work like that. I know that you've got a vision for your life, and it's time for you to start protecting it. There's no more excuses, no more distractions, no more wasting time on what doesn't matter. You have got to draw the line today. Stop letting people treat you like a convenience store. You're open 24/7 with no boundaries. Your peace is non-negotiable. Listen to me. Your energy is valuable. You've been giving too much to things that don't give back. And it is time to change that. This is your life, your time, your season. So please start setting those boundaries. Start shifting your focus and showing up for you. Nobody, when I say nobody else is going to protect your peace. You have to do it. So it's time to get up. It's time to make that decision. It's time to claim your life back. Protect your peace. Because when you do, nothing, and you heard me, nothing can stop you from becoming the person that you're destined to be. Now, as I say at the end of every show, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to execute on your goals, your dreams, and walking into your purpose. It's time to go. It's time to make today count because your peace is your power. Let's get it. Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Mornings with Jaresha show. Follow me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube at Jaresha Moore. Email Jaresha at empoweredonpurpose.com and text 937-938-6373. And have a great day on purpose.